Oh, hi. Hello. Welcome to my podcast. What do you think about when you hear the word ecology? Animal interactions between the environment around them? A Greek word made by Italians? Or is it just something to do with biology? You're probably right. Ecology is the study of interactions that occur among organisms and their environments. For an example, studying the white-tailed deer, an endangered species, and how it interacts in the waterfall of an ecosystem. That's ecology. If you don't know what ecosystem is, just imagine yourself near a waterfall. There are different types of animals running around naked, and they all depend on each other for their survival. They all live in a place where they have all the resources they need. There's certain types of animals in a population. Population is the amount of those specific animals living in that area. Like for an example, the population of a white-tailed deer living near the waterfall may reach up to sometimes 900. Those populations, along with the populations of other animals, make up a community. A community is all the populations of all species living in an environment. White-tailed deer, grass, cougar, and their population makes up a community. And a community, along with the environment and including biotic meaning living and abiotic meaning non-living factors and its climate, makes up an ecosystem. An ecosystem can be an ecosystem of a waterfall, desert, forest, or tundra. Everyone that is living on this earth has to die someday. Every animal that lives in the wild has to die for something. Don't be creeped out by this. It is the cycle of a food web or food chain. A food chain or a food web is a simple relationship between a feeding and an ecosystem. It's the process of energy in an ecosystem. Like I showed you about the grass, the white-tailed deer, and the cougar is at the beginning of this video. The grass is the producer and the cougar is the consumer. The grass is eaten by the white-tailed deer, processing 10% of its energy from it to the deer. When the cougar consumes the deer, getting 10% energy from it. And last, the cougar dies naturally and decomposes by decomposers such as algae, who consumes the animal and recycles its energy to the producer, and this repeats, keeping up with the waterfall ecosystem. To make this easier, look at the picture of food energy. Like Dr. Cohen showed us at one of her lectures, food energy shows how much energy is being processed within each stage of a food chain. Each time you go up, the last energy is being processed. Like I said, only 10% is being consumed by the consumer. The higher an animal is on the food energy, the more food it needs to consume in order to maintain its energy. The cougar is the one that consumes the most. The cougar is the one that consumes the most. Not all animals interact this way. Symbiosis is another type of interactions between the animals. Symbiosis is a close relationship between animals. There are three types: mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism. Mutualism is benefiting both animals, like Helicobacter pylori, bacteria living in our stomach. It eats the bad stuff in our food, which benefits me and the bacteria. Looks like I have a new friend. Commensalism is when one is being benefited and the other is not affected. Imagine a bird in a tree, or monkey stealing bananas from a tree, which is not stealing. Parasitism is when one is benefited but the other is harmed. We see parasitism every day. An example would be a lion eating a deer, or Jefferson or Sharif stealing my shiny pencils, or a snake killing frog. Poor frog. In our project signed by Dr. Cohen PhD, we decided to make a model of a waterfall located on the state of Oregon. This project shows the food chain of the waterfall ecosystem. Thank you. Goodbye.